Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so we're going to see what's down here. Hopefully we have the key for that. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've been day drinking. Very rare. It is, what, 11:30, 11:45, somewhere around there. Give or take. Yep, it's Sunday. Got nothing to do. Why not, right? I haven't day drank in God knows how many years. Been playing the Black Pits, been having fun with that, but I was like, you know what, I need to record some sorry, checking the message. I need to record some Icewind Dale, The Heart of Winter. So let's do it. We have quite a bit to go through here. And something else dawned on me. I need to be pretty careful. So far, we haven't encountered anything particularly dangerous, but I don't have a way to resurrect anybody. If somebody goes down for whatever reason, like those damn harpies, for example, they stun, they fear that harpy whale. That could be pretty devastating. Unless we can resurrect at the temple, but there's no one there to do temple services. The rogue guy, whatever his name was, he was only selling stuff, and I don't recall any scrolls. We'll double check that once we get back out of here, but we'll get it all figured out eventually. But I don't think there's a way to resurrect, so we need to be cautious, is my whole point with that. Anyway, do we have the key for this? Of course we don't. Can you pick it? No, we already tried that, I think. Here? Sure. Let's let this guy come to us. I'm not going to risk running in there, running into a trap. These guys are pretty tough. Epos, my man. You know your job. You know what you're doing. No reason to be regenning when no one needs health, so let's get the palette of 3 heroes. You know, there is an option in CD tweaks, I'm pretty certain, I'm very confident when I say this, to allow Icewind Dale bard songs in the game. And I might try that. Let me know if you guys think that's overpowered. These bard songs are ridiculously good. I mean, +1 to hit, +1 to damage, +1 to all saving throws. I don't hate that. But I think that's pretty close to what the bard songs, the regular bard, by the way, not the Skald, not the Jester, whatever. I'm pretty sure this is what the bard does, and I mean, after a certain point, it's just not worth doing. Maybe situationally, but you know, the bard itself, it only gets 1 proficiency. That's maybe underwhelming is not the right word, but kind of underwhelming. Here, the enthrall thing is actually worked out quite well for us. Here, silence, shout, great shout, command, greater command. If you know what situations are coming up, I mean, a 50% chance to shrug that off, that's not bad. The immunity to fear, again, you know what's coming up, Baldur's Gate 1, not bad. But here, +3 to saving throws, that's not a joke. +10% to all thieving skills, again, I like it. +1 to luck, I mean, +10 to lore, I don't hate that at all. And here, +2 to armor class, 10% resistances to everything, and you get 2 hit points per round. I am so in love with this. Let me know if you guys think that's too broken for Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. Please tell me, because I'm not intelligent enough to kind of put those on.
Didn't see that.
Kind of decipher that on my own, like as far as balance and shit like that goes. But I know what I like. But at the same time, I don't want to do too busted. I don't want to do things that are too busted. Essentially, let's set a trap here. Let's see if we can set a trap. We did. Look at that. Can we do another one? You know what? Give me Timora's Melody. Van Dyne. Okay, on a side note, if I call Van Dyne D'Artagnan, it is this is who I'm referring to. Van Dyne is the last name of my best friend of 12 to 14 years from the most important and best part of my entire life. Dave Van Dyne was my very first best friend and one of two only true friends I've ever had in my life, and his first character name is D'Artagnan. In the very first MMORPG we ever played. So if I accidentally say D'Artagnan instead of Van Dyne, this is who I mean. And as far as Dark Oath goes, if I say Dark Oath, I mean maybe Shatterspell. Pretty sure you guys have figured that out by now. This is the character model I usually use for my sorcerer. Dark Oath is the name to an homage of a guy that both Dave Van Dyne and I knew playing the Realm Online, that first MMORPG we ever played. I believe the Realm Online was technically the third MMORPG to ever exist, but I use this template this portrait typically as my sorcerer, and I named him Dark Oath kind of as a tip of the hat to Dave's old friend that is attached to a very precious memory that I have. So if I say Dark Oath, I mean Maben. Just know these things. Anyway. Timora's Melody is going. You have the buff. Set the trap. Beautiful. Set one. Let's hold on to this last trap. Oh, look. A Bone Guard. Sure. Get him. You could use the wand. Oh, I didn't even see this. Sal, get him. Rachel and Borton, get this guy. Swap over to your melee and go. You know what? Dave, okay, if I call him Dave too. Just know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Van Dyne. Unfortunately, I had a falling out with the guy. He threw our friendship in the garbage, which is pretty unfortunate. But life's not a fairy tale. It doesn't turn out how you always want it. But even still, that I don't talk to this guy anymore, and that he's a completely different person than the person I consider to be not just my best friend, but my brother. I don't let how things currently are affect my memory of the guy. He was the best part of my childhood. And
you didn't see that.
The person that I knew back then, from basically 6th grade till about 24, 25 years old. So a good 12 to 14 years, give or take. However long it actually was. Yeah, man. I'll always remember that. As you can tell, I've been drinking. Everybody gets a little sentimental when they drink. But I do like remembering, things like that and honoring things like that. It reminds you that humanity, it makes you feel human. It's like I think the best way to describe it is the way that South Park describe it. There's a a beautiful sadness in it because there's something so wonderful at some point in your life that it makes you feel incredibly sad when you think about it. But that's a beautiful sadness because something you experience something so wonderful in your life that it makes you sad that it's gone. But it's one of those things that makes you appreciate that. Smile because it happened. Don't cry because it's gone. Smile because it happened. Type of thing. Anyway, enough of the crybaby shit. Let's get on with the game. Bastard Sword +3. That's going to go to Van Dyne. 15 fire resistance, sure. 50% chance of dealing 1d8 fire. I like that. And a 10% chance, basically rolling a 19 or a 20, to stun the target. And it's a +3 weapon. We're going to keep that. Static darts, I think we could actually sell. That's a speed factor of 2, though. Do we sell those? Maybe. This looks like a bunch of +1 stuff. Hey, 15% crushing resistance and 15% fire resistance. I don't hate that. It's a +3 armor class. 1 versus missiles I don't really care about because if we need missiles we have a +5 versus missiles weapon. So for some reason there's a room with a bunch of missiles. We have this. But this gives me anything that gives me physical resistance. I'm all about. Fire resistance doesn't hurt. You keep that. Piercing and slashing resistance 15%. Another 15% fire spell. Oh my god. Yeah, keep that. That's going to board. You keep that over here to separate out my physical resistances. You know what? Just keep it there. Whatever. And shocking flail. 50% chance 2d3 electrical. Great for breaking. That will go through stone skin. And a 10% chance to stun for 4 seconds. It is a +4 weapon. That's better for Borton. 15% chance to stun, but this is only a +2. Yeah, there is no question. We're going to sell that. I mean, we lower our chance to stun by 5%. But I mean, we go from a roll of 18, 19, and 20 to a roll of 19 and 20. Because each roll of the dice is a 5% chance. So to roll a 1 is a 5% chance. A roll a 2 is a 5% chance. So on and so forth. All the way from 1 to 20. And a 50% chance to deal electrical damage. Plus we get an armor class. 100%. Even without a shield, we're at -12. That's beautiful. Oh shit, save. Let's roll. Melee, deal with this white. Crit thing is nothing. Deepos, you are rogue thing. Range away. Okay. So where are we at? There's clearly something here. Looking for hidden doors. Nothing. Do we have a hidden door here, here, or here? It doesn't seem so. You know, so far this dungeon has had very low level undead in it, but again, I keep reminding myself that if I die, I have not seen anything that will allow me to resurrect a character. I'm trying to remember these things. I try to constantly tell myself, you know, don't get too cocky. And I'm saying this mainly because I was playing the Black Pits earlier today. Just my own little playthrough. I'm doing a 3-man party, a Dwarven Defender, oh my sweet Jesus, look how close that was. Anyway, to finish my thought, playing a Dwarven Defender, a Conjurer Mage, and a just pure Cleric, just a 3-man team, and my Dwarven Defender could not solo the 2 Demi-Lich. I'll spare you the details. There's just no way that I could see to do that based off the potions. The Dwarven Defender cannot use scrolls to protect from magic. No protection from undead. There was just no way to do it. So it makes me think of the important details and to slow down and stop to think like, okay, I've got a paladin. What do I have? Paladin, I've got my use item. What is that? It's free action and haste once per day. Okay. I'm trying to slow down and remember every single thing because there's so much to keep track of in these games. These D&D Infinity Engine games, it's super overwhelming. So, anyway, I'm rambling. Let's move on. Holy shit, look how close that was. This right here, I mean, we're literally stepping on it right there. Wow. One other thing I thought about doing was actually buying an actual camcorder. Kind of similar to how it was in the 90s. Set it up to where I could set it in front of my retro machine and actually record like an old VHS style, set on your shoulder. Of course, I put it on a tripod. Camcorder and record me playing the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. From Baldur's Gate 1 to Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Ball from the discs. No additional patches, 0 mods, and try that out. Let me know if you guys would actually enjoy something like that. I imagine most people wouldn't, but maybe people my generation might. Is that really an okra jelly? Is that really an okra jelly? Like, okra jelly, whatever. Are you stuck? I think you're stuck. Let's not exploit that. Ogre jelly. I'm gonna say okra jelly. Yeah, come on in. Hey. When I think of when I think of an okra jelly, I think of the one campaign I DM'd. It was the Dragon of Icespire Peak with a real-life group. A guy that I've known since I was 15. Him, his wife, his nephew, and one other guy. We were doing this campaign, and unfortunately it fell apart. But it was fun while it lasted. It lasted about 5 or 6 sessions or so. And there was a part where okra jellies were relevant. Here they feel absolutely worthless. I mean, they're what, 270? Did I see that? Let me pause this so that song stops fucking with my scrolling on my text. Yeah, okra jelly is only 270. Man, these feel really out of place here. But the okra jellies in the Dragon of Icespire Peak, one of the starting quests, my buddy, his wife got really upset and annoyed when she got surrounded by 2 okra jellies as a sorcerer. She got surrounded when they dropped from the ceiling. They were right on top of her. They both hit, or one of them hit, not both. One of them hit, and she's like, "Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead." Like, stop. stop. This is not a action-based RPG. This is a turn-based RPG. Look at your spells, look at the things you have at your disposal. She didn't realize at the time that she had shield. She could have popped shield as a reaction and avoided the damage. And even if she went down, let's say she just missed that for whatever reason, her reaction, this is 5th edition by the way, it's like you're not dead, you're just downed. You're not dead, you're downed. So, relax. But every time I see an ochre jelly, I for some reason, it's just one of those things that the memory has imprinted on me. And I think about that every time I see an ochre jelly. She was pretty upset. And she got kind of ragey. A little. Maybe not ragey. Maybe that's a little too far. But yeah, she was not happy. And every time I see ochre jelly, I just kind of instinctually think about that. Alright, so we got a +4 in the offhand. Speed factor of 8, that's terrible in the offhand. You want a speed weapon in your offhand, but it's a +4. But we're here after the fire damage on these revenants. There you go. Yep. You know, I think it was a little ambitious too, thinking that the revenants would be so sophisticated in these old Infinity engine games that these revenants will come back after 1d20 or 1d10 days to pursue the characters that killed them. Now, I don't really know whether or not that's actually a thing in this game, but I doubt it. Just the game being as old as it is, but that would be cool. But they seem to work a lot like trolls. You gotta have fire damage to kill them. I don't know if any other damage or like acid works on them, but okay. Here we go. Pipos, do your thing. Typically, I like to name my thieves or rogues Catch. Just speaking of Van Dyne, my old buddy Dave, and the Realm Online. Very first MMORPG I ever played, third to ever exist. There was a character that I met named Catch. He was a human rogue. He was a really cool guy. And in 1996, that dude was 50 years old. And I hate saying this, but it is currently November 30th, 2025. That dude is actually probably dead. And if he's not dead, that dude is, what, 80-something, 90-something years old now? That is something my brain just cannot process. And depresses the living hell out of me. But whenever I play by myself, I typically name my thieves Catch, but for some reason, when I go into
See that?
oh, hang on, I gotta run to the kitchen. Typically, whenever I do a recording, I kind of feel like the role play aspect of this, the role play aspect of doing recordings, I need a proper character name, so I came up with the name Pipos Toscobble. There was some D&D podcast that I listened to more than 10 years ago, where the character named is where the guy named his character Pipos, and I really enjoyed the character, so I took the name from there. But typically I name my thieves Catch out of I like paying the homage to people that I remember from a time frame that I'm extremely homesick for. So Maybe I ought to just start doing that. I don't know. Sorry for getting a little sentimental on you there. Again, the whole day drinking thing. It's weird what alcohol does to you. We're back. We're ready to go. I had to run to the kitchen. I apologize. All right. This dungeon seems very a low level for the most part. Running in there was kind of foolish.
You didn't see that.
Oh, more. Back up.
You didn't see that.
Man. Alright. More hidden shenanigans. Right, the bronze key. Bronze is kind of the weaker of all the elements that we picked up, so this is probably the first place we should have gone, but it doesn't seem like it really matters. Because clearly we have this area here, so there's some sort of hidden door that we have not seen. Seems obvious there was a door there, but when we hit the reveal details, no door pops up there. So that tells me, and of course you have the art that's exposed here, so there's clearly a room here and here. So there are hidden doors somewhere that we missed.
Take comfort. The most frightening thing down here is me.
So there it is. Of course. You know what? You can handle this. Dude, why are you running? Go. Really? Nothing? Nothing? An enemy. Right.
This place seems fun.
You know what? Let me try something. Okay, so you have a goblin elite. Now, these arrows do not say goblin elite. It says goblin is summoned. Let's see what that's all about. So the goblin did nothing. We have a summon. I guess that's something. And the summon, as I've said, I'm pretty sure I've said in the past episodes that at least being next to some kind of range character, archer, or whatever, anything that has a launcher, a longbow, shortbow, sling, darts, if they're gonna have a debuff to their attack rolls. And while the goblin elite didn't get hit, it's still just a goblin. I don't know. If those arrows were a lot cheaper, I'd feel better, but they're expensive. Nothing? Weird. So did I miss any sort?
This place reminds me of my dear departed friend. What was his name?
Did I miss a door? You know what? Come down here with Timora's melody. Nothing. Nothing. I would have thought that we would have discovered. There's got to be a hidden door here, right? Because if there's nothing here, there's got to be something here. We're going to give this a couple of ticks. It's 1. 2. Really? Let's give it 1 more. 3. Yeah, if we didn't discover a hidden door on 3 ticks with 160 find traps, there's no hidden door there. But there is clearly a way here. Clearly. Let's see if this bronze key opens up this door. It's got to. Yeah. Crypt thing. Come on out. Come on. 100%. What the hell? That is 100%. I was going to say, that's 100% a door. The fact that he didn't discover it right there makes me think that maybe I ought to move closer to the walls here. I don't know. Let's drag this thing out. What are you? A white? Second white. Let's drag him out. I don't want to walk. Oh, Jesus. 3 whites. Alright, you 3 get up here. Block that entrance. Go. Mabin, you have what? Chaos is worthless. Cloud Kill is worthless. Cone of Cold is worthless. All my level 5 spells are worthless in here because they're all undead. We can't chaos these things. They're going to be immune to poison, and they're going to be immune to cold. All 3 of my level 5 spells are worthless. Not so much for the harpies and the wyvern outside. Alright. You know what, Rachel? Give me stone skins because they last for 12 hours. Iron skins because it lasts for 12 hours. Maybe give me last for 8. Definitely a door here, right? Timora's melody is rolling. Yep. Door here. Don't tell me there's not. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm assuming this whole place is thoroughly trapped with this much gold on the ground. Yeah. Call that. Assuming here. Maybe not. Okay. Well, there is obviously a way in here. Is that open? That looks open. Hang on. That was not open. There's no way that was open. I stood right in front of that. My nose was touching the wall. I was so close. Okay, that's open. I guess after you open all the other doors, maybe that's open? I really thought that I missed a hidden door right here. Yeah. Alright, whatever. It's open. Peepos. Give me hide and shadows. Let's look inside here, see what we got going on. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5 skeleton warriors and a crypt thing. These are highly magic resistant. So we're going to use Peepos to block the door. Phallic important as backup. And then here, give me one of these all. I think we'll skull trap right there. Actually, wait. Oh, we're going. We're going. Alright, we got a spike growth back. So put a spike growth here. Maven, put a skull trap there. Yeah, skeleton warriors, all skeletons, very magic resistant. That's where they're good against beholders. Oh, Peepos getting hit. Actually, Phallic, get back. You get here. Peepos, get the hell out of there. Phallic, get up here. Morton go, Phallic go, Rachel block. Okay. Give me Timora's blessing, or Ballad of Three Heroes. Hit. Unfortunately, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like that spike growth is not doing anything. Magic resistance, resistance. Crap. There we go. So you two get this one, Phallic get that one. Could use some spells.
You didn't see that.
Alright. Worked out well. You get on regenerating. Probably all +1. Yeah, +1. +1. +1. Yep. That's the hold fast. That's that slashing resistance. 15% chance target's held. Let's put that over here so I don't accidentally sell that. Really? Is there really nothing here? No way. Show me a hidden door. Thank you. Let's put a trap down. No traps. Are you kidding me? No way this room isn't trapped. Watch night tombs. You're really telling me this room has no traps? I don't believe that. Wow. You know what? Spear, we'll be selling that no matter what. Probably a +1 mace. Two-handed axe, we'll be getting rid of that. Longsword of action +4. Armor class 1, 15% slashing resistance, 1 extra attack. Hey, you know what? That could actually go good on Phallic if he needs to go sword and board. We could replace the life's gift. Who cares about that 1d3 hit point? Yeah. That's going to get sold. So you hang on with that. Katana +2 is going to get sold. Another reinforced large shield +2. 15% crushing resistance. Going to Phallic. We're going to hang on to that too. Immunity to finger death and power word kill. So this... I'm processing. Give me a second. Maximum hit points +5 within Dragon's Flight distance of Locked Inishir. So Locked Inishir, this is, I guess, really only good at the end of Icewind Dale, the first portion of the game, not the expansion. I mean, we still have 25% fire and cold resistance. So I think it's worth keeping at that point. With this being a +5, I don't know how close we are to Locked Inishir. So we probably put this, not this, what am I thinking? This +4 with an extra attack per round. Sword of Hammering +2 with a 20% chance to stun. Yeah, anyway. Spear is going to get sold. It's a +1 spear. Who literally cares? A +2 two-handed axe, 2d3 hit points, 10% chance to heal 2d3 hit points. Who cares? +1 mace. Yeah. Sell the life's gift. Katana +2. Who cares? Who cares? We'll hang on to that. We'll hang on to these. Okay. So you can get on regenerating. Sith Code, Hail Palpatine. Yeah, it looks like we've got this whole place. Looks like we went through everything. Damn, this place is bigger than I thought. But what did we really accomplish here? We got a bunch of keys. I mean, who cares? The keys opened up just different doors. We got the silver key. We got the copper key. Electrum key. Gold key. Platinum key. Bronze key. And then we opened up a tomb. Let's go here and see if there are hidden doors to maybe this area. This has got to be just nothing. But it looks as though we've discovered everything this place has to offer. Unless we have a hidden tomb here. Everyone is full health. This will give me Timora's melody. Nothing. Nothing. Try one more time. Nothing. No door. Maybe in here? I could see something being here. Oh, look, there we go. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, we have some more undead, but... Oh, we got discovered. We ran out of stealth. Go, run, run. Peebos, run. Rachel, go. You give me Ballad of Three Heroes. Rachel, give me that. Okay, it's done. Is there a door here? I mean, it doesn't matter if there's a door here or not. Plus one, same, who cares? I truly don't think there's anything over here, but I guess the only places that could have doors probably here or here. I don't imagine there's a door in these curved surfaces. Only the flat surfaces seem to have hidden doors on them. So I guess we backtrack a little. See if there's a hidden door here. That wouldn't make sense because there's not enough room to walk around. Nothing. And again, I'm constantly keeping an eye on the turns here for my rogue. Probably nothing here, because this object is in the way. Nothing. Definitely nothing here. Too much shit in the way. I don't imagine anything is here or here because of the curved surface. So let's go here. Nothing. 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 And there wouldn't be anything past this point right here, I don't think. There's just no room. Nothing. So, just undead and loot? I guess we go back to the entrance and rest. So, what are you people doing? Oh, there's a door. Never mind. So, if there was no way to progress through this huge dungeon down here, what are we missing? I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. Anyway, we'll pick it up in the next one. We're right at about time. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.